Dear student, previous class we are discussing regarding the chemical properties like oxidation state calculation. Okay, now we'll move for the last part of that particular concept, that is anomalous property and chemical reactivity between the different kinds of elements. Okay, different kinds of element. First we'll move for the anomalous property of an element in a second period. Here what it says, anomalous property of an properties of second period elements. Only this is belongs to what? Second period elements. So you know the second period elements. Which are the second period elements? Are the lithium. Okay, in the second period, first period ali barudu hydrogen. Okay, lithium, beryllium. Very next element. Okay, so then 13th group, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. These all comes in a what? Second period elements. Okay, here what is that? Anomalous properties means the property of an first element in a second period. Okay, or properties of first element in each group. That means second period only, consider second period only. Which properties are differ from the other element in a subsequent groups. Okay, ಆ group ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನ elements that are different property than the others. For example, lithium ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು sodium, potassium. Here lithium properties which is differ from the sodium and potassium. Okay, sodium and potassium ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ beryllium ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ. Beryllium having the different property than the Mg then Ca, like that. Okay, so ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು ಈಗ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ what it means that R belongs to something is related to us. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ which are different from the other element in the same group, that are anomalous property of an second period element. Now why the element shows the anomalous properties? Okay, there are different reasons are there. The first thing, that is small in size, smaller in size. So in a periodic table, trends in a periodic table we already studied. Okay, trends in a periodic table we already studied. Here down the group decreases, across the period increases. So one thing is sure, topmost elements should be the smaller in size. Okay, ಇದು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ size bigger ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, so this topmost part having the smaller size compare with the rest elements in a ಸೇಮ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಟಾಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ should be the smaller in size. That is the first point. That is an anomalous properties. Consider anomalous properties. Now next we'll move for large size by charge. What is the meaning of this? Okay, so sorry, here large charge by size, large charge by size. What it means here, charge means generally oxidation state. Charge means generally oxidation state, and you know the oxidation state of lithium. First group element is +1 only, sodium +1, potassium +1. So the name of the property of this charge by size. So charge by size should be higher in a second period element. All the second period elements having the large charge by size ratio compare with the rest element in the same group. Okay, ಈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಬೈ ಸೈಜ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. Then high electronegative atom. Why these elements are shows high electronegativity? Only the reason smaller in size and effective nuclear charge is high. Okay, so effective nuclear charge ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ? ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. So all the second period elements are smaller in size, then effective nuclear charge is high, so it shows the high electronegativity. One more concept we can easily identify what large charge by size ratio. What is that? Here +1 is there, so charge should be +1 only. Size is varies, that is I will take for lithium X and +1 by sodium x2 and potassium +1 by x3. Okay, just imagine the size exact ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ x ಅಂತ. So which size is greater? x3 is greater than the x2 than x1. Okay, so denominator and numerator part ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so here ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹೈ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸೇಮ್, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸೇಮ್, +1 +1 +1, ಬಟ್ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ size is increases. This part increases means what? The total value becomes decreases. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ highest value for the first thing. The first thing is nothing but lithium. For example ತಗೊಂಡು lithium, so large size by charge ratio. So ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು some other properties are there that also belongs to anomalous properties. Okay, these are very important for what 2 mark question. Okay, they may ask for 2 mark question like write any 2 anomalous properties of a particular element. These 3 are the major part. So ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು there are 3 more extra properties are there that anomalous properties of particular second period elements. First thing, what? Absence of d orbitals. Absence of d orbitals. Now imagine the second period. In a second period, maximum principal quantum number should be 2. Is it right? So whatever the element you took, outermost shell should be ended with the 2 only. For example, lithium 1s2 2s1, beryllium 1s2 2s2, so boron 1s2 2s2 2p1. So 2 is the last. In the 2, how many suborbitals or subshells are there? Only s and p is there. In case n equal to 3, how many orbitals we can achieve? That is 3, s, p and d. So what is the difference between second period and third period? Here d is present, but here only s and p are present, d is absent. So absence of what? D orbital. This is very important anomalous property of what? Second period element, absence of d orbitals. Now we'll move for the next. So due to the absence of d orbital, second period elements are shows the maximum covalency. So covalency is 4 only, maximum covalency. What is the meaning of covalency? Covalency is nothing but once the central atom is present. For example, X is present, so for the X it can bonded with the other element. So X is bonded with the other element. So how many bonds can possible for the X? For the second period only 4. 4 means it can bonded with the 4 adjacent y like this, but rest groups are shows the more than 4. 4 irbodu, more than 4. Maximum covalency should be more than 4. Why? Because due to absence of what? D orbital. So yes, we can categorize into 1 suborbitals. Okay, so p again it categorized into 3. So 3 here. This is regarding the second period. What about third period? S for 1, p for 3 and d for 5. D ಗೆ 5 ಇದೆ. So these all orbitals are involved in the bond formation. S ಇರಬಹುದು, p ಇರಬಹುದು, d ಇರಬಹುದು. These are all involved in the bond formation, and each orbitals can bond ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ we can fill 2 to 2. That 2 electron indicates 1 bond. Here 1 bond, 1 bond, 1 bond, 1 bond. Total number of bonds ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 1 2 3 4. So but here d orbital present ಇದೆ, so 1 bond ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, 2 3 4, then go for the d also, because 3s 3p 3ds are present. 3s 3p 3ds are present. So this is a fifth point regarding the anomalous property of a particular second period elements. Now we'll move for the last point in this. So what is this? It will undergo catenation, okay, or it can form pi bond. Okay, I hope you know the concept of pi bonds. What's the meaning of pi bond? Pi bond form ಆಗೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? That will sideway overlapping of what? P orbitals. So here p orbital means what? These orbitals. Okay, these orbitals are undergoes pi bond formation. For example, if the two carbon atoms are present, these 2 carbon atoms can undergo sigma bond first. Always sigma bond first, then it will go for the pi bond. Innondu bond bandre that are pi bond. That pi bonds are undergo sideway overlapping. That we'll discuss in the next class also. Okay, the upcoming chapter we will discuss, okay, how the pi bond will form. Okay, first bond should be sigma bond, second bond should be the pi bond, and this pi bond can form between the second period only. For example, second period alli baruvanta element carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Just imagine that. So nitrogen is present, nitrogen also can bond with the triple bond. Nitrogen also can bond with the triple bond. If you take N double bond O, that also form. One is sigma bond and the one pi bond. Okay, here also one is sigma bond, two are pi bond. If the carbon is present, carbon carbon triple bond also possible. Carbon carbon triple bond also possible. So one is sigma bond and the one is the pi bond. So sigma, pi, pi for the triple bond. So these are all the points regarding the anomalous properties. Out of 6 we can expect 1 or 2 more questions. Okay, so write the anomalous properties. What are the anomalous properties? You should define. Okay, so second period elements are having the different property than the other element in the same group, that are anomalous properties. And why it shows anomalous property, we should write the 6 points. Okay, so 6 points are there. I hope you understood that. Okay, next we'll move for the last part, that is chemical reactivity. Now we'll move for the chemical reactivity of different elements in a periodic table. And before going to discuss the chemical reactivity, we should know the properties of each element in a periodic table. Now imagine this is a periodic table. Okay, just imagine this is a periodic table, leftmost elements and rightmost elements. Okay, so leftmost are S block element, rightmost should be the P block elements. Okay, P block element. Between S and P there is a D block element. These D block elements are called as an transition elements. Okay, or this is an bridged elements between these two. Okay, between these two it is an bridged element. And the name of the side heading, what it is? Chemical reactivities. So chemical reactivity means element should undergo the reactive. Element should be undergoes reactive. And which are all elements are undergoes reactive. So ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ capacity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ reactivity ಇದು, ಆ basis ಮೇಲೆ reactivity is proceed. Reactivity will proceed. And in a rightmost elements, okay, just recall once again all the physical trends: atomic radius, then the ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and one more electronegativity. Just recall once again. So here S block elements are leftmost side elements, and the properties of ionization enthalpy and gain enthalpy, they are having the lowest ionization enthalpy. Lowest ionization enthalpy means it can easily remove their electron, or it can easily donate their electron. In other words, we can say it will donate their electron. Go for the P block elements. What about the nature of P block element? It's having the highest ionization enthalpy. It's having the highest ionization enthalpy. That means what? This should be prohibited to removal of electron. Here it should be accepted. And one more concept regarding the P block or elements, that are gain enthalpy. Adding of electron is difficult here, but here adding of electron is successful. So both two natures are gives a particular property. That means what? It can easily reactive. Once this can remove electron, it will give electrons. So if you consider Na, and here Cl, if Na can give their electrons to some other, it's ready to donate their electron, and Cl can ready to accept their electron. So these two can easily undergoes to form a compound like NaCl. Salt can form. So what is the nature of this? So leftmost elements are highly reactive with the rightmost element. That means S block elements can easily react to the P block element. For example, Mg is there. When Mg is react with the Cl2, okay, because Cl is not present as it is, it will be bonded with the or diatomic molecule form alle irtade. So it can form MgCl2. So only the reason because these are highly electropositive, these are highly electronegative. Positive negative can easily attract each other to form a compound like this. So first thing you should remember, leftmost side elements should be react to the rightmost side elements. Okay, so reason we already know the physical trends. Okay, next important, that is oxides. Okay, formation of oxides. Oxides means what? So compound which are having the oxygen that are called as an oxides. That may be hydroxide or simply oxide, monoxide, dioxide, like that. Okay, so here oxides are having the more electronegative, or it's having the high electron gain enthalpies. Okay, it can combine with the elements which are present in a periodic table. For example, it can combine with the sodium, it can react with the magnesium, or it can also react with the carbon. Okay, it can also react with the carbon and also react with the nitrogen. So illi reactivity goes on decreases, that's okay, because across the period barta iruvanthadu sodium irbodu, potassium, magnesium, okay, that are react with the oxygen, it will form oxide. For example, if Na is react with the oxygen, it can form Na2O, it can form Na2. If Mg react with the oxygen, it will form MgO. Okay, carbon, it can form carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, both are possible. Okay, so nitrogen, it can get NO2. Okay, so just imagine this, these are all oxides, but here oxides also we can categorize two types of oxides. Okay, majorly two types of oxide. One is basic oxides, and one more is acidic oxides. So which element combine with the oxygen to form basic oxide, which element combine with the oxygen gives the acidic oxygen? So these two are the major, okay, basic and acidic. Okay, leftmost elements can combine with the oxygen, it can form the basic oxide. For example, Na2 and MgO, these two are the leftmost element, that means S block element. In general, we can say S block elements combine with the oxygen to form oxides. Which oxides? That should be the basic oxides will form. Across the period bandaga, which elements combine with the oxygen, which will form the, or basicity decreases, acidic nature increases. So here these are all are NO2, these are all are combined with the oxygen to form less basic oxides. Okay, highly acidic oxides, it can combine with the fluorine. For example, when the fluorine combine with the oxygen, it can form OF2. Okay, this should be the highly acidic in nature, highly acidic oxides. Okay, so iderduna bittu there is one more term, that is amphoteric oxides. What is the meaning of amphoteric oxides? In general, we can say it can shows both acidic properties as well as basic properties. That kind of oxides are called as an amphoteric oxide. Usually 13th group and 14th group elements combined with the oxygen can form the amphoteric oxides. Okay, so in general we can write S with the oxygen. S means what? S block element combined with the oxygen, it will give basic oxides. Okay, so 13th group and 14th group combined with the oxygen, it will produce amphoteric oxides. Okay, then after 17th group combined with the oxygen, it will form acidic. Okay, acidic, and here amphoteric and acidic. This is about the chemical reactivity of what? Periodic table, or elements present in a periodic tables. And ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್, how the oxides will form. Okay, in general burning ಇಂದ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, in the presence of oxygen it will produce oxides. Okay, so different kinds of oxide will form. Which oxide will form with the which kind of elements, that you should know. Okay, this is entire concept of that periodic table classification. Okay, so I hope you understood. So next class we will continue with the new chapter. Thank you.